Hi, my name is Art Craig. I'm the head football coach at Timberland High School. I've been a football coach for 24 years and a head football coach for 14. The last 11 years, I've had an opportunity to be here at Timberland High School, where we have been able to have a record of 143-36. We just won our first state championship in school history with a 14-1 record. We were the 2011 2A Division I state champs. We did this by incorporating the Flexbone pistol, and we feel like that this was one of the reasons we were able to get over the top. And so what I'm going to do right now is talk a little bit about how we implemented it, who we got it from, why we did the Flexbone pistol. We feel like that this was the reason we were able to get over the top. In 2008, we were 13-1. In 2009, we were 12-1. In 2010, we were 12-1. We'd lost to the same team for 3 straight years. We were looking for something that we thought would be a little different, but yet allow us to stay within what we were doing. By incorporating this offense, we were able, again, to go 14-1 and win our first state championship in school history. Again, in 2011, we were 2A Division I state champs. We won our first state championship in school history. We had a 14-1 record. Over the past 4 years, we've had a 51-4 record. That is a winning percentage of 93%. That is the highest winning percentage in the state of South Carolina over the last 4 years. We have averaged over 40 points per game for the past 4 years also. We decided on implementing the Flexbone and the pistol, and we call it now the Wolf Gun. This offense we got from Tony Anise, who was at Muskegon High School and was at Grand Rapids Community College. We felt like after we saw this offense, this was something we had to do. I saw his cut-ups on YouTube, got in touch with him, and I was amazed at how efficient his offense was by staying within the Flexbone system, but yet having his quarterback in a modified pistol look. Why did we want to implement this offense? We were constantly having to block 8, 9 defenders, sometimes even 10. We felt like if we incorporated this offense, we would be able to spread the defense. We also had the skilled people where we felt like we could move the ball around, get the ball out on the perimeter, and actually throw the ball. We also had a 5'6", 160-pound quarterback, and we had a 5'8", 170-pound center, which is a lot different than we've had in the past. And we were worried about being under center and having the defense being able to disrupt our offense. The advantages of the Wolf Gun. We felt like the quarterback would be able to see the alignment of the defense better. He would be able to see his checks better. And we felt like he would be able to get us in a better play more times. We felt like that running the pistol also allowed us for a safer mesh. And also we found that we spent less time teaching the inside veer, the midline, and the outside veer with this offense. It greatly increased the production of our passing game also. And to our players, we were in a spread offense. And as many of us coaches know, if the players think they're in a spread offense, they tend to have more fun and be more excited about the offense. Some of our numbers from this past year. We took 556 rushing snaps for 3,789 yards, and we scored 73 rushing touchdowns. We were able to average 6.81 yards per carry. We also took 145 passing snaps, which is more passing snaps than we've taken since I've been here. We were able to complete 75 completions for 1,088 yards and 16 touchdowns. We also only threw 4 interceptions all year long. Of the 701 snaps we took, we only took 10 snaps under center all year long. Half of those snaps came basically from our own 1-foot line going out, and then we took basically 5 other snaps the rest of the year. The thing that we were more impressed with is that we never had a fumble where we lost possession of the ball between the quarterback and the center all year long. That was the first time that's ever happened to me as a head football coach here. The thing this offense also did, we were able to beat a team that had beat us the past 3 years, keeping us from playing in the state championship game. It allowed us to get to the state championship for the first time since 2006, and we were able to win the school's first state championship in school history. We were able to keep all our formations with this offense. We were able to use our tight ends, our tackles, and we were able to do everything that we were doing before out of our Flexbone, but we were able to be more efficient, and we felt like that this offense, again, was a lot of fun for our players. Our formations never changed as far as what we were doing. All our formations based out of an eagle formation, which was a double split, double wing, and everything else followed suit from an eagle stack to an eagle close, over eagles. We also added king and queen calls. The thing that we also liked about our offense, we were able to get into our empty sets without having any kind of confusion for our players. Again, our quarterback was able to see the field a lot better, and it was just a more efficient type of offense for us. When we added our tight ends, again, we did not really have to change anything we were doing. We were able to put our wing here. We were able to get in our oversets. We were able to get in twins, empty, and we also used our king and queen sets with our tight end. These two formations here allowed us to still run some of our wing T offense that we like to run as far as the buck sweep, the fullback trap, and the downs. We were also able to get in our trips formation, trips with a tight end. We also added tight end trips. We've gotten regular open looks. We were able to get nasty trips. We were even able to get into our flanker look and split back some. We also got in an I formation, and again, got in empties. The thing we liked about this offense, we could get in any formation we wanted to, run any play we wanted to, and it did not confuse our players. Our goal line did not have to change as we still used our two tight double wing. Okay, we also got in unbalanced formations. We also got in our hammer formations. We also got in this, what we call beast. We could do anything we wanted to do without confusing our kids, and we felt like that was advantageous to us as far as being successful. Our player personnel didn't change. We were able to keep all our number system the same. We did not have to change any of that. When we brought our tight end in, nothing changed. We were able to go, again, to our trips. Our player personnel is X, 2, 3. Our backside is an X again. We were able to get in our empty formations. When we do get in our empty formations, all we do is take a 4 out, which is our fullback, and put a Z in there. When we do want to keep our fullback in with an empty formation, then all we do is give them a yellow call for the left, a purple call for the right. Our motions in our offense are A, B, C, D, E, F. We always motion from left to right. If we wanted to motion our 3-back all the way out to here, all we would call is eagle, 3D, and that tells our 3 where he's going in motion at. We have motions that go across. We have zip motions, zap motions. We have jet, which is our jet sweeps. We had Wofford motion, which is our toss package. And we have our show. And you'll see examples of all of these plays and all the DVDs we're doing. Here's some other motions that we do so you can understand. We can motion our 2 out of trips back across. We can also, this is our zap motion, and this is our zip motion. Our zip takes our player across the line of scrimmage. Our zap motion takes our backs away from the play. This is talking about our jet motion. Our jet motion is behind the quarterback, in between the fullback. Our Wofford motion is behind the fullback. What you will see in this series of DVDs is the implementation of the Flexbone pistol snap, implementation of the inside veer, midline, outside veer, Flexbone passing game, complementary plays, multiple formations, goal line package, and no huddle concepts. Today what we want to talk about is our goal line offense. We feel like that the Flexbone pistol look and the goal line offense is very important. I think a lot of coaches and teams neglect the importance of working on plays and the goal and on the goal line and in that red area of the football field. Unlike a lot of teams, we start our goal line package at the 15-yard line. We think that a lot of teams at the 15-yard line defensively really do not know what they want to do. They don't know if they want to go straight man, zero, man free, or whatever. So we feel like at about the 15, 16-yard line, we're having this goal line mentality because we think that that's the best time to hit teams with counters, the pass, or really go at them there instead of being at the 7, 8-yard line where defenses tend to dig in and really make it hard for you to score. So we took that mentality this year, and we felt like it really helped us a lot. On the goal line, and I really took this philosophy for just about all over the field this year, but when you're on the goal line especially, you've got two offensive concepts. You're either compressing the defense or you're spreading it. And realistically, like I said, we took that all over the field, but really down here, because if you're going to compress them, then you got to figure out, well, we're going to try to hit them with a jet sweep, a toss, or try to get one-on-one coverage, and then if you're going to spread them, then that's when we're going to actually try to maybe hit you with the counter or something, or maybe even the option or something like that. And again, our goal line package will start at the 15-yard line, okay? When you play us that you're going to have to start the outside veer. We've already talked about the outside veer being one of the best plays on the goal line. That if we're on the goal line and there's 4 plays, 1 or 2 of those plays is going to be the outside veer that you're going to have to stop. The next thing you're going to have to stop is the superpower. And you saw that in our complimentary play DVD, because that play in itself just puts a lot of pressure on it, because what we do is we down everybody. We pull 2 linemen. We have the fullback going through there. We'll have the quarterback going through there. So we're going to send 4 or 5 bodies at you and make you have to step up and stop something. And then what we'll do is we'll also make you stop the toss, the inside veer, and the wedge. So we have a gauntlet of plays that we're going to throw at you. And then just to make it even a little tougher on you, we'll throw the fade a good bit at you on there. Again, we're a very heavy multiple formation team. We're really going to throw formations at you. We will use twirl motions. We will show. When we show, that's when we go in motion, come back, see what you're going to do. And then we'll also trade. And then what we'll do is we'll line up and trade a tight end, and you thinking we're going to run to that side, run away from where we traded, trying to mess with you a little bit. So those are things that we do. We like our eagle formation on the goal line. This is our double split, double wing. We love our tiger set, which is split end wing, tight end wing, and we'll get in oversets with that. And we really love our red set down there close, which is 2 tight, 2 wings. And down there, again, when we're running option, we'll do a couple of things. We'll either motion you, we'll no motion, or we'll twirl motion, trying to get you to mess up some. Again, on the goal line, that's our eagle look, okay? These are our formations, okay? And like I said, we've got stack, close, over eagle. What we do like to do on this over eagle formation here on the goal line, we love to get in this, get you to come over, and then what we're going to do is run the toss back over here, try to get you outnumbered. This is our tiger formation. We've talked about it, okay? And our tiger formations, we're getting tanks, overs, and twin tigers. And then this is our bread and butter on the goal line. This is our bread and butter here. This is our 2 tight, double wing. This is where we love the outside veer, okay? This is where we love the superpower, okay? 2 favorite plays we're going to run out of this formation. And then we'll also get an unbalanced looks here, okay? And then we'll also get in some Delaware look, but there toward the end of the year, you saw we love the little beast formation here, trying to make you have to line up the wrong way. Right now, what you're going to do, you can see some of the goal line plays. These are some of the things that we like to do the most when we're down there, okay? And again, this is our eagle formation, okay? We talked about this. We love the eagle formation. And again, we're going to try here to get, this is going to be a numbers game for us. This is a numbers game. And we're going to spread, like I said, there's two things you're going to do. You're either going to compress the defense or spread it. Here we've spread it, plus we're going to run the toss. We're going to spread it, plus run the toss right here and just seal everybody. And again, we talked about this a while ago. You've got to have people that love to block. You've got to love to block. Okay? Here, we've spread the defense again. Okay? We've spread the defense. Again, our goal line package, I said, starts right here at the 15-yard line, not inside the 10. Again, they're in a base defense right now. Okay? If we run this down here inside the 10-yard line, they're probably going to change and go to like a 6-3 look and go zero-man coverage. Here, they're still in a zone, and they're spread. So we feel like being at the 15-yard line allows us an opportunity to still run the counter. We're going to run the counter trade here, and we've got a numbers game right there. Really, really love to run our goal line package starting at the 15-yard line. Okay, and here we talked about we very rarely run the toss to the tight end side here. Okay, but again, this is a goal line play for us, and we really don't do this a whole lot, but we were having success that night running to the tight end side, and again, we got to about the half-yard line. Talked about running this. You know you're going to have to stop the superpower, and for us, okay, goal line. I mean, here we are on about the 12-yard line, so we're in goal line mode here. We're in goal line mode because I'm telling you, defensive coaches, they don't really know what kind of defense they want to be in here yet. We toss it, we're leading here. We've got just a bunch of bodies up in there. Okay. Down here on the goal line, again, it's an opportunity for us to run the midline, okay? And we're running it out of tight end trips because they have to walk people out, okay? And this is one of the times where we've spread the defense so that we can run in here. We've spread the defense so we can run inside. You can see there. I'm going to let you see that again, because that was a really good play for us. Again, running the midline right here. You can see he's going to take dive. He's there. And it was a really, let's see it one more time. Okay. We had a little text call in there, and it put a lot of pressure on the defense. This is where we were talking about here. Ball's at about the 15-yard line. Okay, ball's on bat, 15, 16-yard line again. They're still in a base look. And being at that 15-yard line, if they're still in their base look, you can run your counters. It's really hard to run a counter down there on the 4 or 5-yard line because typically your defenses are lined up. They're doing one thing. They've got their ears pinned back, and they're going. And it makes it real hard for you to run. Here's the over eagle we talked about, okay, down here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try to run the toss here. My tackle does a real poor job of reaching here. And if he'd have done a better job, we'd actually got in the end zone. But you can see here, we're going to come back here. So he does a poor job. He stays there. If he'd have stayed on him, we score a touchdown. But we still get right here. And I'm not sure we didn't score, but they didn't give it to us. Now, another thing that we like to do down here on the goal line, we're in red, And what we like to do is motion these guys here and get the defense moving and then come back and hand off on like a little dive play back. Down here close, we'll call Carolina or Clemson, and we'll just give a little dive play back. And what we're doing here is we're trying to make the defense move. You can see the defense moving there. You can see them moving over. They're moving over. And then we're going to come back right here and hand off because we're getting the defense to flow. And that was our first touchdown in the state championship game this year. We get motion here, and we just get a nice push in there. We come back here again, and we're going to run the super power. Again, this is where we're downing everybody. Kick out, lead through, pulling, just a numbers game. Again, you know, people's got everybody lined up in here now. But see, here it is, numbers. You know, he's 3 yards deep when he gets tackled there, 3 yards deep. This is what we were talking about earlier is what we'll do is we'll trade. What we're going to end up doing is, that's my tight end right there. What he is, we're in an overset, okay? Over Tiger left, that put him over. We're going to trade him back over here and come back and run the inside veer back away from where we traded, because most teams, when you trade somewhere, you're running to where you trade. And this was a nice little look for us. You can see he's trading, okay? And now we come back, run the inside veer, and he just walks in the end zone right there. But because we traded over, okay, in their minds, they're thinking, here we come. Outside veer, we've talked about, you know, goal line play. Number one goal line play for us, especially inside the 5-yard line. Super power, outside veer, 2 plays that we absolutely love. Here we're going to do it with no motion. Going to do it with no motion so the defense cannot come and slant. But we're going to come there. He comes down inside. And really, they don't have a whole lot there. Ball's at the 4 or 5 yard line again. The last play, we had no motion. This time, we're going to go twirl motion, come back. Now he goes back. It's almost like stealing. Goal line play. Ball's at the 5, 10, 15 yard line. We're just an eagle gun here. This is in our complementary play package too, but we're just going to run the jet to the left because everybody's in here. All we got to do is just get a piece of somebody, and then we're going to try to outrun you. You saw this. I'm going to let you see this again. This is a goal line package where we've got everybody sealed. We run this twice in this game. The first time we're down here, we run quarterback sweep. The next time we get in it, we're going to run the superpower with him. So this is the first time down the goal line we run it. Right here, he's coming. We've got numbers. Okay? Now, we get the ball back again. Exact same formation, okay? We've just blocked a punt here. The ball's a low, about the 17-yard line. And now, instead of running quarterback sweep, we come back and run superpower with all kind of human beings up in there. And it just opens up like the Red Sea, okay? Down here close, okay? Eagle close down here. If you scout us, you're thinking jet sweep or maybe even Wofford sweep. But we talked about this on the passing DVD, okay? We're down here. This is one of the best formations we have to run the fade route because, again, we've got a 6'3" guy here, and he don't even have to out-jump that guy. Ball's at about the 18, 19-yard line. This is our goal line package. Defense is spread, okay? Same thing there. And what we'll also do down here now we've got them spread, we'll actually run radar and lava. Down here, radar is what we call our bubble screens, okay? Just to let you see it right here. You'll see down here on about The ball's on about the 16, 17-yard line here. Again, now we're in goal line mode, okay, because they're in a base defense and we have numbers. They're not in man. They don't have everybody walked up. So goal line play for us. We're going to fake the jet, and we're going to hit our X on a little hook route right here. He's going to run the hook. He's going to run the wheel. We should have hit the wheel, but again, down on the goal line, nice little play there. Our goal line package starts at the 15-yard line because we feel like our whole playbook is open. We feel like the defensive coordinators at about the 15-yard line really do not know what they want to be in. Do they want to be in a straight goal line defense, or do they want to stay normal? And you can see most defenses will stay normal at the 15-yard line. So that's when we try to really hit them with stuff. Once we get inside that 5-yard line, then there's about a 70 or 80% chance you're going to get too tight double wing, and you're going to get outside veer superpower. And now we're solid. And even though we're running our little counter, we've got everything solid, and then we're also going to put pressure on the last man on line of scrimmage to have to make a play. So that's our goal line package, and we hope you can add this to your Flexbone pistol look, and hopefully it will help complete some of the things that you want to do. Today, what we'd like to do is talk about our no-huddle concepts. There's not a whole lot of teams that run Flexbone or Wing T that no-huddle, and we basically have no-huddled since about 2006, but each year we've taken it and we've tried to take it another step, and we feel like this is one of the main reasons that we're able to be as successful as we are on offense. Again, we've averaged over 40 points a game over the last 4 years. We've won 51 games in 4 years. We've been to lower state championship twice and just won our first state championship. And we feel like that being in a no-huddle look for us is really advantageous for us. It just allows us to do so many things and practice and put pressure on kids and do some things like that. And I think if you'll take this no-huddle concept and try to apply it, I think you'll see that it'll help you out, because we're going to show you why we do it, how we do it, with the armbands, how we call plays, and all that. And I think you'll take it and see that it could be a big part of your offense if you'll just take that step and do it. Again, we have no huddle since 2006. We've talked about this before. We do not number our plays, or we don't use a numbering system. We think that by doing this, that our no-huddle system is as good as anybody has. We're not the most complex team probably even in the state of South Carolina, but we feel like that our no-huddle look is really good for our kids. All of our plays have names. We use numbers to list our skill people, and then so we no-huddle because we want to dictate the pace. We want to decide whether we want to move fast, if we want to move slow, how fast we want to move. We feel like if we dictate the pace, then it's going to be something that you don't like. It's going to be something that you really work on trying to change. And if you're working on changing that, then you're really not working on stopping us. So we feel like it's an advantage for us to be in the no-huddle. We've talked about our motions. We use letters for our motion, A, B, C, D, E, F. We talked about we feel as we can move at any speed we choose so. And so when we do have to move fast in a game, it's no big deal. The Dillon game that we won in the lower state championship game, where we were down 6 points with 4.5 minutes to go. We scored, tied it up, missed the extra point, and with about 50 seconds left, we intercepted the ball, ran it back to the 50, had no timeouts, but was able to move the ball down the field goal range and kick a field goal to win the game with 10 seconds. But because we have been a no-huddle team and been in that pace before, our kids didn't know any better. And there's so many ways that you can get your kids used to that. And one of the big things that we do is we practice no huddle. And we'll move the ball up and down the field with the idea of putting as much pressure on the kids as we can. What we'll do is we'll have a section where I will basically I'll script about 20 plays. And we'll start off on one hash or middle or whatever. I'll have two coaches. They'll know they're spotting the ball. And what we'll do is we'll choose how fast we want to move. And when we're doing this, no coaches can help my offense. They can't help them. They can't tell them who to block, where to line up, or anything like that. Everything's on them. So my quarterback has to make his checks. All I'm doing is I'm giving a formation and I'm giving a play. Now there's something else that we'll also do too when we're doing that script. I will purposely sometimes script plays that will put us in a real bad situation, and I will see if my quarterback can check us out of it. And if he doesn't, then I'll call him on it, because it's going to be real hard for you to ask your quarterback to run the inside veer to a 1 technique, to run the midline to a 3 technique, to run this or to run that play, whatever it is, and you've never put that kid in that situation. And so you don't do it at practice. So now on Friday night with the lights on, it's fourth quarter, it's 3 minutes to go, but you need him to make all the decisions to win a game, but you've never put him in it. So that falls on the coach to be able to do that. And it takes some time to script it, but if you'll do it, I think you'll see the benefits from it. We've said this before, we're a very heavy formation team. We're bringing tight ends and tackles over for unbalanced look. Our big thing is if you don't know how to line up, you're going to be in for a long night. And by us no huddling, if you don't know how to line up and we know huddle, we'll line up in that same formation over and over and over until you figure out you got to call a timeout or until we score. So we'll just line up and run the exact same play 4 or 5 times if we have to. These are our base formations with our Eagles, okay, and with our formations. We've gone through these on several DVDs. I've got them up here mainly. If this is the only DVD that you're purchasing, that you'll be able to see our formations that we run. This is our base look. This is with our stack. This is our Eagle close over Eagles. And then we've also talked about this is our Eagle king, queen, our empty looks. And then this is an Eagle tight that I said we normally only do out of a 3-3 look. But that's our base formation, and all these come from that. This is our tiger formation, and these are all the things we do out of it. Again, tank means tackle over. Over means tight end over. If I go over tiger right, that means tight end over. Okay? Twins tiger. Okay? We've got an empty call in here. We've got 2 kinds of empty. If the forward's out, we can give an empty call. If he's in, we can give a purple or yellow call. That moves him, the fullback, to that side. Again, this is with your queen and kings, and that's with your twins. And then we've got trips. We've got with our spread. We've got with a tight end. We've got our Yankee call here, slots, nasty trips. We've got flanker split, twins. And then now we've also got what we call Georgia. So all these formations we're able to do out of our no huddle. And because of the way we do it, it's really not that big of a deal. Even on the goal line, this is our goal line package here. Even on goal line, we no huddle. There's very few times we huddle. If we do huddle, we'll go what we call short huddle, only about 3 yards from the line of scrimmage, and then we'll turn and go as quick as we can. But after our red packages, these are our goal line looks that we like to run: red, tanks, overs. These are some of our beast formations, our uglies, and those type things. So all those things there, we're able to do with this goal line, with this no huddle. This is our player personnel. These are our X's, our 2s and 3s. These are our Y's. Again, with our no huddle, our kids know where to line up. And if we're in trips or spread, they know that he's there, he's there and there. And then The only thing that's going to dictate changes here is whether that's a true receiver or a running back. And these guys will know who needs to be where, okay? And we've talked about, even in our looks here, if our 4 is out, which is our fullback, he's replaced by a Z, and that's how we get in our empty package without our fullback in there, okay? Empty personnel with the 4, we talked about yellow and purples, okay? We've talked about motions. Again, this is in here in case you've only purchased this DVD, so you'll understand how we motion, how we get into stuff, okay? Motions are numbered from A to F, and they always go from left to right, never back this way. As far as A never starts over here. It's always A to F here, okay? This will describe all our motions, so you can understand what our cross motion is, what we just talked about, our zip motions, which will be explained in here with our zaps. Our jet motion is just our jet sweep. Our Wofford motion is our toss. And our show is where our 2 and 3 move and go back. And again, this explains our motions so you will understand what we're doing with our offense. Jet motions, Wofford motions. How we call a plays for no huddle, okay? We can call out the name of the play. If we want to run jet right, okay, we can call Jerry. If we want to run jet left, we can call J left. We can just yell it out sometimes. We can do that. We can also signal in the play. That jet play may be a signal that we do. I don't know if it's tapping the head, tapping the chest, or whatever, but we can also signal it in. And then we also, the biggest thing we do is we use armbands for numbers. And you're going to see an armband for numbers in a minute. And then what we do is we also use what we call a double call system. And that's in case that, we've got some teams that we've played a lot of times since 2006. And if we call jet Jerry, they've played us enough now and they know Jerry is jet to the right. Well, then we'll double that. We may go red Jerry, green Plato. And red may be the hot call, or another color may be the hot call. But when you do that, coaches, you have to do that at the beginning of the week. You can't show up on Thursday and say, hey, guys, this week our hot call's this. They're not going to be able to take that information and process it when it's fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go, and you got to have a score to win. But that's the way that we try to do some things, okay? Most of our plays have some correlation to the original plays we had in 2006. When we decided to get away from calling plays by numbers, our plays actually were called, let's say inside veer right was called 42 veer. Well, now that play may be called Vern. So they had some kind of correlation to it. And our plays do have R&Ls on them, but we don't think that people will be able to tell what we do, again, because we double stuff, double with the band signals, so we think it's hard. And, example of that, 42 veer was inside veer right. This year it was called Vermont. And the word veer is on our band, and we can also signal in. So we knew there was 3 or 4 ways for us to get that play in without you actually hurting us. Formations are eagle, for Flexbone. And the reason we call it eagle is the first team I ever saw do it was Georgia Southern. And they were the Georgia Southern Eagles, so that's why we call it eagle. Our tiger formation is a wing T formation, and we just call it tiger because that's just what we started calling it. And then what we also do is we allow our players to help us name certain things. Again, they'll feel like they have some ownership with it, and they'll be able to remember it. All our formations have names, and to get to them in unbalance, you use terms like tank, over, heavy, purple, and yellow. If we want to change eagle formations again, overs, close, empties. Once the players learn all of these, it becomes pretty easy. Calling plays. Right now, this is eagle, and we want to run inside veer to the left. To call this, all we have to call is eagle, Velma, 2 words. That's all we have to call. And since we use bands, all we have to call out is eagle, and our band, that word Velma may be on our band 3 different times. So if Velma was play 10 and only play 10, you could figure it out. It was play 10 after the third or fourth time we did it. So what we'll do is not only will we put Velma to the left, we'll make sure that that word is on our band both on even and odd numbers on that band. So we don't want, most football coaches name everything to the right even, everything to the left odd. So we'll make sure it's mixed in there. Our top plays are 2 or 3 times like that. And this just gives you an, if we're an eagle, Mork is midline right. And if we wanted to run it, it's just eagle Mork. And that's how we call it. And again, if we wanted to double it, we'd go eagle, green Mork, yellow Velma. Green Mork, yellow Velma. And that's how we would do that if we knew that you knew what Mork meant. And then just another little example here. If we want to run outside veer, that's tiger right. Tight end goes away here. If we want to run outside veer, we'll call it villain. Okay, or we could signal it in. But that word villain will be on our play, our band 2 or 3 times. Here's an armband. Okay, this right here is what every one of our kids have. This is our plays right here. And somebody says, well, do you want people to know your plays? Well, if you're worried, if you can figure out when we call these plays, then you're going to beat me. So, but what we'll do is we have all our plays here. Okay, all the plays in black are run plays. All the plays in red are pass plays. All the plays in blue are what we call chill plays, or we're trying to draw you off sides. Or we talked about shows. That's queen and king shows. That's where they're going to go and come back. There's your chill right there, 90. If we call it 90, it means downside hut, and we're not moving. So that is how our armband looks. And what you can see here, our best plays, let's say Vern. Vern is play 26 on our old band. So if we wanted to run that format, that play out of eagle, we would just go eagle 26. Now, we can send the play in with a player. We can signal it in. We can take a whiteboard and write 20. One person can have 26, another can have this. So, we can get just about as, we can do it. We can go as depth as we want to. But what you also got to know is Vern will also be over here again. There it is in play 93. So we can call it 26 one time. We can call it 93 the next time. Okay. We can signal it in. Okay. We can call it Vern, or it may even be called Vermont. So we come up with ways of getting stuff in. And what we also do is we will change this play band every week. Now, we may not change every single play on there, but what we may do is take some of these plays that, Vern and Villain and Velma and Mork and Miles, our midline, our inside and outside veers, and we may change those up. And you also see empty spaces here, okay? That's so we can move plays wherever we want to. And don't ask me why we started at 10, but we just decided to, and it goes all the way to 109 there. And that band there will fit into a double band. So if you're a skilled person, you have this band, and then you also have your pass band. So you've got it for 3 places, and you got that. The linemen have this. Now, what we also do sometimes for our linemen, when we have sometimes we have young linemen that maybe they don't really understand what miles is yet. But what we can do is we can give them what we call a bobby band. And we can take and let that play there can tell them what they're doing. If miles means they're ripping inside and going to the backer, it'll tell them rip inside and go backer. Won't even have the word miles there. Because realistically, all the linemen need to know is on play 10, I'm doing this. So there's ways we can help some kids. The biggest thing that you have to do here, coaches, is when you change this band around, you better take 2 or 3 people with you and double check it. See, my band won't look like this. My call sheet will have all the inside view. It may start out with all options on the left, options on the right, and it may have, and then it may have Vern, but it's going to have Vern 26 and Vern 93, 26 and 93. But I need my 2 quarterbacks to double check these bands with me, because there's nothing worse than being in a game and thinking you're calling Vern and you might be calling something else. And that's a 4th and 2 play, and you're calling Vern, and you want to know why that play was called. Well, because you messed the band up and you didn't check it. So you have to double and triple check that. But this has been the reason that we've been able to know Huddle. And it's really not that hard to do. And you can this is just a bigger version of it in case you need to see it, but you can just really see it on there. If we want to run plays that fake one thing and then run something else, just an example of that is if we want to fake the jet and run the fullback trap off of it, what we'll do is we'll go J-Lo, Gil, Gil, Gil. We'll call that second word like 3 times. And that way the kids will know that that's the play we're running, that's what we're faking. And that's how we're able to do some of those things. We've talked about this with the pass game, but in case you do not have the passing game DVD, also our skill people, they also have this for the pass game. And to explain it real quick, there's your plays. There's your plays right here. This is your 3-step or quick game. Duke, Falcon, Indiana, Ohio, Pig, Reno, Syracuse. That's your quick game. That's your 1 to 3 step. In that passing game, you've got 1, 2, 3. If you're the first receiver, that's what you run in these routes. If you're the second receiver, that's what you run. If you're the third one, that's what you run. And what this does is this allows us to use motions and for you to understand what route you're going to run. By you doing that, you should never be confused on what you're doing or what you're running. This right here is a tree that we use in case we want to tag somebody. When we tag you, we're telling you maybe you're running an out. Instead of you running a hitch, we may want you to run a post or something. So we can tag you to run a post instead of a hitch. These routes here, this is our sprint out game, and this is maybe what we call our Cinco or our 5-step game. And so these are our deeper routes. These are like comeback corners off his hash. So you know that these are your quick game, and this is your sprint out game. And that's how we call armbands for our skill players. On our pass calls, this is how we would call our old game, okay? I mean, this is how you would understand it. Maybe a quick game left, our old call was 31, our call is leopard, okay? If you're going to sprint out to the left, our old call was 90, now it's Wallace. This is how we do it now. This was how we used to do it. This is how, if you had no system in place or whatever you want to call it, is how you would do it. And so this is how we basically have evolved. Now next year, these words may not even be the same. They may be something different. Instead of Rusty and Wallace for our sprint out, it may be something else. And instead of leopard and rattler, we may come up with something else because we've had that system in place for a few years, so we may have to start going to some different things. We talk about calling our pass plays. You know, if we put a P in front of it, that means fake for play action. So that's all that means. If you go P, Jerry, we're faking, Jerry, J-Lo, and that means pass, and we're throwing off of it. This is our no huddle system. We feel like it's a very efficient system, and it's a system that you can put in place. We feel like that you can take what you do and adapt it to this. We feel like if you're able to do that and you really want to give your team a chance to win a game that maybe they shouldn't have, or if you're playing a team that's really had your number the last few years, or maybe even a bigger physical team, you can dictate the pace here. We've even seen some teams no huddle to slow the game down. I mean, you can do that. Toward the end of the game, we know huddle, but we get on the line of scrimmage, and the quarterback looks at me, and we just hold our hand up, and he's just waiting. And I've got a coach over there with his wristband, and at 22, 23 seconds, we give him a signal, and we snap the ball. So there's multitudes of things you can do with this no huddle system, and you can really take it and use it to your advantage. I think your kids would like it. It allows them to think, okay, be creative, and then you as a coach can be, again, you can coach outside the box, and you can push your kids to the limit so you can give your chance to win a game that maybe you don't think you have a chance of winning. We hope you can take all these concepts that we have, starting with the inside veer, the midline and the outside veer. Those are all option packages that we have. We have the passing game. We also have multiple formations and complementary plays. And along with this DVD, we have a goal line package, and now we have our no huddle system. Remember, to implement this offense, you're going to really need to know how we implement the snap, and that's on our first 3 DVDs, which is the inside veer, the midline, and the outside. And you can take that and really take this here and really take your offense to the level that you want to. I hope you can take these DVDs and make you a better team. Thank you.